Okay, so I am going to take you guys behind my Pinterest for my um, lovely 21st century classroom board um, slash teaching board because I was not always the best about pinning it to the card. So first things first, if you are not used to Pinterest, when you first log on, this is the screen you get taken to. As you can see, mine is kind of everywhere, but I do have some first uh, century skill stuff popping up right away because of the fact that I have been doing some research into it. And what happens is when I find something I like this, where it's talking about the 4 C's that go into 21st century learning skills. So communication, creativity, critical thinking, collaboration is, as you can see, my stuff defaults to my teaching board. So if I'm not thinking fully enough and I just click save, it goes to it. But if I am thinking enough, and I click down and I click 21st century classroom, it automatically saves it. And then if I click, it will take me to my 21st century classroom board where I can look at my stuff that I have started to save, like my reading and Flipgrid, my ways of encouraging successful conversation, um, our ways of communicating, developing 21st century skill set, and so on. I actually want to pull y'all's attention before I go show you all of the other ones. I do want to show you guys my teaching. Oh man. So the only downside with Pinterest is that it does it by most recently shared or saved. So as you can tell, uh, if we're not all English teachers, I am an English teacher. Um, but I have my things, I have my humor, I have my items that get my students to chuckle and laugh. Um, but this stuff also gets me to look at who I am following, and who I'm following varies. I was kind of hoping some of my teaching people had posted recently. Does not look like they have, which makes it a little hard to show them. Lots of food. I do, however, give me 1 second. Go back to my homepage. One of my favorite things about Pinterest is when I find something I like, I can click on it and be like, ooh, I love that. Who pinned it? Ooh, Experiential Learning Depot saved it to innovative educational blogs and podcasts. I can click it. It takes me right over to whatever it may be. So project-based learning challenges, experiential learning resources, child-led learning experiences, and immediately I can follow them. And now all of their information, how to add design thinking to your curriculum. Oops, I'm sorry, my computer is being very touchy today. 6 reasons to prioritize educational travel. I wish. Community collaboration for curriculum. All of these things are now at my fingertips. And if I want to go back and hopefully find more, then that's all I have to do. Is I can honestly keep just clicking the Pinterest and just go. and then it is easy peasy to keep going at it, which is awesome. And then, of course, I make the mistake of scrolling further down, and they don't have any more up. And then I'm like, no. But I really like Pinterest. I like the way that it is so interactive. It's so easy to refresh. It's so easy to keep using it. And I really like that it lets you kind of keep going no matter what. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Pinterest, really recommend it. I think it's really cool. Um, and I think it's really interactive, and I also think that it's going to keep evolving. So just something to keep in mind. But yeah, alrighty. Thank you much.